So let me get this straight. You want to divorce your father?
Correct, Your Honor.
And your father is?
That would be me.
You're very well preserved to be this man's father, Mr. Hazelton. You must tell me a secret. Formaldehyde, perhaps.
No, sir. See, the truth is, last year I adopted the Baron under this old German law.
You adopted the Baron?
It was perfectly legal, Your Honor. And why would we lie to you? We're one of Germany's oldest aristocratic families. Our word is our bond.
That may be the case back in the turrets of your castle, young lady. But I'm afraid we need more than your word here. Much more.
You can't blame the magistrate for thinking we're a bunch of dipsticks. We're gonna have to pull a very large rabbit out of the hat if we want to persuade him otherwise. Not that I should care. I don't even want to be here. I just want my life back. This summer, I've been in paradise. I've had the dream job of all time at a student holiday camp.
All right, guys, everyone pick a kayak. Life vests are inside. You know the drill.
And best of all, I've had the dream colleague and you know who. I mean, seriously, things just don't get any better.
So? So, is Ben Hazelton going to agree to his cousin Lily's request?
I think it was more of an order, wasn't it?
Either way, the choice is still yours.
And believe me, I really want to help, but this job is the first time I found something I really love doing. Who'd want to leave a place like this for a cold, grey castle stuck in the middle of nowhere?
It's not that bad. I thought you liked the castle.
I did.
So spending a couple of weeks there won't be too big a deal, will it?
I wish. Lily said it could be months before the trial even starts.
But the Baron's innocent.
How can you be sure?
Come on, he may be a lot of things, but there's no way he's a criminal.
True.
I'm sure the police will realize their mistake and he'll be released any day now.
But what if they don't? Some trials can go on for years. I might be stuck in the castle forever.
I think that's what people call a worst-case scenario.
Maybe, but at this stage, anything's possible. Look, fingers crossed a miracle happens and Lily finds some other solution.
I found a solution.
So you don't need me to go back to Germany?
Of course you need to go back to Germany. That's the key to the whole plan.
So much for miracles. Lily and I clearly have different understandings of the word solution. What exactly are we talking about here?
Well, it's complicated, like all Marcus's ideas.
Marcus? How did he get involved?
I called him and asked him to help. He did some research and, look, maybe he should explain.
Basically, Ben, in order for you to return and run the castle, you must become the official Baron again.
Isn't that the easy part? The Baron can just give Ben back his title.
Not legally.
I've looked through the old laws again. Ben, you'll have to nullify your adoption of the Baron.
Nullify?
Meaning Daddy must divorce you as his father.
But how do we do that?
By proving to a judge that you've been a bad parent.
I'm sorry, but I think I'm a bit offended by that. Don't they all know how responsible I am these days?
How do you prove something like that?
Sorry, that part I have to leave to you. But whatever you three come up with, it has to convince the judge.
More like whatever you two come up with. The police are releasing Daddy from custody soon, and I have to meet him there. Bye, Marcus, and thanks again.
Bye, Lily. Good luck, guys. I hope you can come up with something really creative.
Thanks, Marcus. I don't know how we're going to turn Ben into a parental monster, but we'll try.
Why is it always me who ends up being the fall guy for these things? I mean, is it genetic or something? In which case, I think it's about time Sam took her turn to face the music.
Jack, Lucy, and last but by no means least, Sam. Your recording contracts.
Can we touch them?
Touch them, smell them, you can even read them if you want to. But the most important thing is that you sign them. That is, of course, unless any of you is having any second thoughts.
Second thoughts? We have been dreaming about this moment our entire lives. Okay, switch.
And because you guys are all underage, you'll have to get your parents to sign too.
Oh, that's easy peasy.
Sam, you don't seem to be sharing in the excitement.
No, I mean, yes, it's very exciting. It's just that, well, this is a big deal, right? I don't want to rush it.
Well, of course you want to rush it. I mean, how often does an opportunity like this come along?
It's cool, Jack. This is a business deal after all, and a smart businesswoman doesn't do anything without reading the fine print.
Actually, I think Sam's looking for the bit of fine print that covers university options.
University? Something you want to run by me, Sam?
Well, this is just a hypothetical. But if, hypothetically, I wanted to do the band thing and hypothetically go to uni at the same time, do you think that could work? I'm guessing hypothetically badly, right?
Sam, you've got your whole life to go to university, but the fame and fortune gateway is open right now. And it will only stay open for a very, very small time. Now, the question is, will you step through it?
2 months and 3 weeks?
That's what they said.
But that's ridiculous. Why can't they deal with this now?
You can't rush the law, young lady.
But he's innocent. He shouldn't even be standing trial in the first place.
That's a matter for the courts to decide.
Don't worry, Lily. Brian has arranged a top lawyer for me. She's a family friend, so I'll be in good hands.
But she specializes in animal welfare cases.
As long as she's good, that's all that matters.
Right. Sign here, here, and here. Now, the Hazeltons have vouched for you, which means you'll be able to stay with them until the trial.
That's one piece of good news, at least.
But you will need to check in here 3 days a week without fail.
3 days a week.
I can assure you, Sergeant, that not only do Van Hasenbooks obey the law, but for centuries in Germany we actually make the law. The law is in my family DNA.
Great. And we'll see you and your DNA here the day after tomorrow, won't we?
You did tell them it was Herman behind the money laundering, didn't you?
Of course.
And?
And I couldn't produce any evidence, could I? They practically laughed in my face.
Well, we'll be the ones laughing soon. I'd love to see the look on Herman's face when he learns Ben is back at the castle.
Lily, I'm grateful to you for what you're trying to do, but we both know that Ben's no match for Herman.
Ben's not, but I will be. And Marcus has agreed to return to the castle for 3 months to help out with accounts and administration. Rest assured, Daddy, whatever Herman throws at us, we'll be ready.
I'd love to think you're right, darling. But none of that will be at all possible unless we can prove that Ben's a terrible parent.
And we will. Ben and Sophie have been on the case all morning. I'm sure they'll come up with something.
We've come up with something.
Excellent. What is it?
2 words. Hidden cameras.
Could you try a few more words, please? I have no idea what you mean.
As in setting up some scenes that you and Ben act out.
Which show Ben treating you terribly.
Which we film with hidden cameras. Is that a good idea, or is that a good idea?
It's not a terrible idea. We'll need some scripts, of course.
Easy. Give Sam and me 10 minutes.
And naturally, I'll have to be the director.
Naturally.
Why not? Let's do it. And action!
Philip? Why haven't you fixed my bike yet?
Well, because it's quite difficult and... What do I say now?
Cut! Ben, why aren't you hurting Daddy's feelings? You have to hate him.
It's going a bit far, isn't it?
And Daddy, you have to be full of fear, a broken man from all the terrible parenting you've suffered.
Maybe I could give the Baron some fake tears.
Perfect. Let's go for another take.
Parmesan. Pepper. Parsley.
Welcome back. We're just doing a little...
Impromptu creativity.
But it's all for a good cause.
Oh, good.
Lunch, anyone?
So, I have some news. Brian's been invited back to Switzerland to continue his research.
Wow, that's some news.
And they've even got a position for me, too.
Oh, Mom, that's great. Congratulations.
Sweetie.
But I have a feeling that wasn't the only reason you wanted some mother-daughter time.
I won't hide it, Sam. We really do want to see you throw away your opportunity of going to university.
Oh, and I'm not, but Philippe's made it clear that the band's in for a lot of work. And I've got my whole life to do uni.
Yeah, but it's all happening in such a rush, Sam. You need to take some serious time to think about this.
Mum, you're going to sign the contract, right?
We will, but there's a condition.
What condition?
We'd like you to take some proper time to think about your options.
Mum, there's only so much thinking time a girl can take.
A little more won't do you any harm. It won't be forever.
So how long will it be for?
3 months.
That's what she said.
But that's like a quarter of a year. Empires rise and collapse in 3 months. And need I remind you, we are on our way right now to deliver our contracts to Philly B.
I know. But the fact is it's non-negotiable. I take 3 months to think about it, and then if I still want to go ahead, Mum's promised to sign.
Wow, that really is shameless manipulation, even for a parent.
And, that's not the worst of it.
Well, what could possibly be worse?
Well, Mum's worried about Ben being able to handle things when he becomes the Baron. So she wants me to go to Germany to watch out for him.
You can't be serious.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, under the guise of you needing more thinking time, she's sending you to Germany to babysit your slightly older brother.
That's the idea.
All right, hold on. It's not even clear that Ben can become the Baron, is it?
Well, we'll soon know. He and Philip are the magistrates now.
Ah, yes, a child divorcing his father. What kind of magistrate in their right mind would agree to something as insane as that?
Philip, why haven't you fixed my bike yet?
So here we are, back where we started, and our rabbit's well and truly out of its hat. Let's just hope the magistrate proves to be a sucker for magic.
You sit here and you do absolutely nothing all day. You just lie around and you expect me to come home and ride this bike. Well, I'll tell you what, Philip, I've had enough. What do you say to that?
There's still more to see, Your Honor.
I think I've seen more than enough, thank you.
I understand. It's painful to watch the kind of appalling abuse Daddy has suffered for so long at the hands of his father.
It's painful to watch, I certainly agree about that.
And it's abundantly clear that Daddy therefore has the strongest possible grounds for divorcing Ben.
I have to say, Baron, I feel deeply sorry for you.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. It hasn't been easy.
No, I'm sure it hasn't. In all my years, I've never seen such terrible acting. I mean, you, young man, are responsible for one of the worst performances I've ever seen on screen.
Your Honor, please. This footage was filmed at great personal risk to myself.
It's true, Your Honor. I had no idea what was going on.
Oh, I can see that. Look, please, I may be old, but I'm not blind. I mean, why didn't you at least get a director?
We had a very experienced director, thank you very much. Sorry.
Look, Baron, whatever domestic problems you and your father are having, I'm sure you can sort them out with counselling. Possibly some acting lessons. But this shaky evidence is no grounds for divorce.
I'm so sorry, Philly.
It's not an ideal response.
Of course, I should have raised this yesterday.
Anyone got any hay fever tablets? Body levels are through the roof. My sinuses are killing me.
So, about me potentially going to Germany.
Oh, that? Yeah, we can work around that.
We can?
Yeah! I'll just get my lawyers to put a clause in the contract. You can have 3 months. I just need those contracts signed.
Fantastic.
I still want to hear new songs, though. Songs, 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 songs. That way, when Sam gets back, you'll pretty much have written an whole album.
What do you say, guys? If there's one thing we're good at, it's collaborating long distance.
We can definitely make that work. But you have some serious karmic debt for inflicting terror on your bandmates.
It's a pretty miserable outcome for Lili and the Baron. But as much as I feel for them, I gotta admit, I'm secretly relieved. I just got my life back again.
I trust you can find some way to sort out your problems. Perhaps you could take it up with the German court when you return home.
I am home. I live here in Sydney.
But I thought you said you lived in Germany.
We live in Germany, Daddy and I. We have a whole castle to look after, you know?
The castle which is in great peril at this very moment.
So are you telling me you live on this side of the world while your son and granddaughter live 12,000 miles away in another country?
You haven't found another problem here, have you?
No. On the contrary, I think we might have a solution.
Why do I get the feeling things are going rapidly downhill? This guy's suddenly got a glint in his eye, and I don't like the look of it one bit.
If I understand it correctly, you slave away looking after an entire castle in Germany while Benjamin spends his time here having fun.
Well, I wouldn't put it like that.
That's exactly what he does, Your Honor. And he never writes, hardly ever phones.
Give me a break. I sent you guys some photos just last month.
They were all of his holiday at the coast, whilst Daddy was cold and miserable, repairing leaks in the castle ceiling.
Shameful. It's absolutely shameful.
Well, I'm sorry, Lily. I thought you'd be interested in my photos.
Unfortunately, they had the opposite effect. They were like salt in my wounds.
Enough. It'd be too painful to hear any more. I only wish you'd told me this earlier.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. It's just that we Germans never like to complain.
Quite. Well, the evidence is undeniable. This is as clear a case of parental neglect as I've seen. No parent worthy of the name would ever abandon a child like this.
Does that mean you'll grant Daddy his divorce from Ben?
I'm afraid I have no other option, my dear. The law is the law.
We did it! I can't believe it, but we did it!
Perhaps the wheel of fortune is starting to turn our way after all.
So much for getting my life back. Is it too late to grab Sophie and run away to a desert island somewhere?
Ben, we're asking an awful lot. You can still back out of this, you know.
I'm happy to do it. Really.
Oh, that's extremely generous of you. Thank you.
That's the kind of guy I am.
And I'm sure you'll do a wonderful job as Baron.
And I'm sure these ridiculous charges against Daddy will be dropped any day now, and you'll be home before you know it. Now, let's get you to the police station so you can report it.
Oh, I forgot about that. Being a suspected criminal is so tiresome.
When you think about it, I guess there are worse things than having to live in a castle for a while. And anyway, I'll be there with the one person who makes the sun shine wherever she goes. I've been checking what's happening in Germany this summer, and there's some great concerts in Berlin.
Ben.
We could also head across to the Fasching Festival in Cologne. They say it's a real blast.
Ben.
And of course, who could forget a hike through the Harz Mountains? If they were good enough for the Brothers Grimm, they'll be good enough for me.
Ben, stop.
What? What?
Can we take a walk?
When we first started here, I signed on for summer work experience, remember?
Yeah, of course, but Alan's an understanding guy. He'll let you go.
It's not just that. I really like it here. The challenge, the people, and everything about this place.
Well, look, if it's challenges you want, we can organise plenty for you back at the castle.
It's not the same, Ben. I've been there and done that. This is an opportunity I'll never get again. I can't not take it. I'm sorry, Ben. Can you forgive me?
No. I guess a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do, eh?
Just like a boy's got to do what he's got to do.
That's horrible. What is it?
It's a standard issue ABL, ankle bracelet locator.
Ah, I call it a human rights violator.
So you'll be tracking him wherever he goes?
It's a condition of his arrest. Basically, if your dad goes more than 5 kilometres from his new place of residence, i.e. the Hazeltons, then we'll know about it.
And where do you think he's going to run? The Outback?
No, you never make it half that far.
Sergeant, may we go now? Or are there other humiliations you have in store?
Nearly done. Just got to double check on the Hazeltons' address.
It hasn't changed since yesterday.
And they live there permanently?
Most of the time.
They live there permanently. Most of the time.
Brian and Jill are headed overseas to work for a couple of months. Does that make a difference?
Well, yeah. Actually, it does.
So you'll have to stay in the police lockup?
Because he's a foreigner, he has to have an Australian citizen accept responsibility for him.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Philip. Maybe we could push back our start date to Switzerland.
No, I won't hear of it. I've been enough trouble already.
But that means you have to stay in jail until your trial.
I've already given away most of my life for this cause. Might as well lose the last of it. Actually, guys, there is someone who could do it.
Ben, mate, it's bad enough I'm losing you. But you want your replacement to be a middle-aged German aristocrat?
I know he might not look like Mr. Outdoors, but he single-handedly turned an ancient, crumbling castle in the backwoods of Germany into one of the great tourist attractions in Europe.
Really?
Absolutely. The guy is a living legend.
Well, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. But, what are these for?
Oh, you just have to vouch for him to the police.
The police?
It's nothing, honestly. He's just currently under arrest for international money laundering. So, Baron, this is where you'll be staying. Keep in mind, I will be taking most of these clothes with me to Germany.
I've been worrying about how Ben's going to handle being the Baron. Now I think I'm more worried about Daddy surviving an Australian bush camp.
I promise I'll keep an eye on him. I'm sure he'll adapt.
Thank you so much. Oh, and how often does the cleaner come? Daily or once a week?
Your last surf before you flee the country.
And your beloved bandmates.
Jack, you're so sentimental.
What he means is that we're going to miss you even more than before.
Well, me too. So I think we should make a deal. We write a song a week until I get back.
Deal.
Oh, I hope you know I'm not going to be able to make it to the airport tomorrow.
And why not?
I really hate goodbyes.
Yeah, well, I suspect that you're not the only one.
I'm not really sure how this works.
How what works?
I mean, I've never broken up with someone before.
You're breaking up with me?
No, not intentionally. I mean, I don't want to.
I don't want to break up either.
Really? That's great. That is the one bit of good news I've had all day. You are sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Would you look at that? True love. Where would we be without it?
Jack, stop being so cynical.
I'm not. I'm being philosophical. Deep down, I'm a true romantic.
Okay. So, Germany, here we come. Again. And if it's anything like last time, it's sure to be one heck of a ride. I just hope we can all hang on.